Clayton Kershaw announced his retirement this week. Obviously, one of the greatest pitchers in the history of Major League Baseball. One of the greatest Dodgers ever. Um, Probably say on the Mount Rushmore of greatest Dodgers ever. Uh, and one of the greatest athletes, you know, in the history of Los Angeles sports. Really, you're talking about somebody who, uh, over 18 seasons now, uh, 450 starts. The man has 222 wins against 96 losses, a 2.54 ERA. He won three Cy Youngs and was a runner-up twice. In 2014, he won the Cy Young and the MVP. He made 11 All-Star games. Uh, Per Alden Gonzalez of ESPN in his write-up on Kershaw's announcement, his 2.54 ERA is the second lowest among pitchers who accumulated at least 1,500 innings in the live ball era, which is since 1920. His .698 career winning percentage tops all pitchers with at least 200 victories since 1900. His .590 OPS against is the lowest among those who debuted over the past 70 years and racked up at least 2,500 innings, slightly ahead of Nolan Ryan, Pedro Martinez, and Bob Gibson. So, I mean, geez. Anytime you say you're even slightly ahead of Pedro Martinez and Bob Gibson and Nolan Ryan, that's saying something. So we're talking about one of the greatest pitchers of all time. The wins, 222. But this is an era where guys don't get to 300 wins anymore. You know, 250 is basically the new 300 in this era. So can't knock him for that. Um, my favorite thing about him is that from age 21 to 29, he had a 2.25 ERA and won 70% of his starts. And from ages 30 to 37, he had a 2.91 ERA and won 71% of his starts. He's had 13 10-win seasons, and his peak was 2011 to 2017. His average season he went 17-6 with a 2.1 ERA, and that's when he won the period where he won his three Cy Youngs. So yeah, just a remarkable player, an athlete, pitcher. Now, of course, the knock on Kershaw is uh, his his postseason record, which the knock on him is valid in that regard. Uh, his postseason career only a 500 record, 13-13, with a 4.49 ERA, and that's in 39 postseason games, 32 starts. Obviously, you pitch a lot of postseason ball because the Dodgers have been in the postseason pretty much since he, you know, his whole career. Uh, the Dodgers have been a postseason team during every single season. So, he's had plenty of opportunities in the postseason. And he's had a lot of, moments that I know he wishes he could take back. But in the end, he won the one. He won the one in 2020. Now that was in the COVID year. I don't know if they called it a bubble in MLB, but there were no fans and only a 60-game season. And then of course last year, uh, they won a full season um, World Series, but Kershaw didn't pitch in the postseason. So uh, regardless, a remarkable career, a champion, a two-time champion for the LA Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw. And as I said, one of the greatest pitchers in history. As Dave Roberts said, probably the best pitcher, definitely the best pitcher of this era. You know, um, There were other greats, Justin Verlander and guys like that, but uh, they didn't have the same peak. Uh, Maybe somebody like Verlander a little bit more durable, and I think that's another part of the reason that Kershaw's total wins, and it's similar kind of, I think, to Pedro Martinez in that sense, or in that way. I think Pedro got to like the low, I forget exactly how many uh, career wins Pedro had. But Pedro was a smaller guy. Kershaw was a big guy, big, big lefty. But he had some durability concerns in the second half of his career. But his peak still, and like I said, even in the back half of his career, you know, um, age 30 to 37, he's still sub 3 ERA. So even if as his stuff declined, his stuff was so nasty in his prime that even when it inevitably fell off, a little bit, he was still, a really, really good pitcher. You know, just didn't have, as I said, the same durability that he had in his prime, where he was, his prime years match anybody who's ever played the game. You know, so um, yeah, just salute to Kershaw on the Hall of Fame career, and I'm just glad that I'm at work because in the last few years there was always the rumors that he might go and finish his career with the Rangers since he's from Texas. And I'm just glad that I'll never have to see Clayton Kershaw pitch in a uniform other than a Dodger uniform. You know, that's just that's something to celebrate. He played his whole 18 year career with the Dodgers, as it should be. So yeah, salute to Clayton Kershaw.